Hi there, and welcome back to our next term in AP US History, the second party system. Here is your definition. A time from 1828 to 1854 in which there was an increase in American political engagement and the rise of two distinct political parties, the Democrats and the Whigs, which competed relatively equally in every region. So, some context here. The first party system was from approximately 1792 to 1824, and the two main parties during this time were the Federalists and the Democratic Republicans. Now, the Federalists are going to basically end during the era of good feelings after the War of 1812. And so what we have is the Democratic Republicans remaining as the only major party. Now, there's going to be a controversial election in 1824, which catalyzed the second party system. So Jackson, as you can see in these 1824 election results, is that he handily wins the popular vote and he gains the majority of electoral votes. However, he does not get enough to actually win. And so then it goes to the House of Representatives to vote and determine who the winner is. Now, Jackson declares that a corrupt bargain takes place in which John Quincy Adams gains the electoral votes needed to win the election. So after this election, we see the formation of the Democratic Party and the repeal of the property requirement for voting, which ended up leading to triple the amount of voters. As you can see, the total of voters from 1824 was just over 350,000. But by 1828, when that property requirement for voting was removed, we see 1.1 million voters. And so what we see happening is after 1828, just this massive amount of participation in government that hadn't been seen before. Now, opposition to Jackson does fuel the formation of the Whig Party in 1833. So, for the next couple decades, we see those two parties, the Democrats and the Whigs, vying for control for the majority of the elections. So in 1852, we see that as the last major presidential election for the Whig Party as the issue of slavery began to divide the Whigs. And so the second party system ends when we see new parties emerging, such as the Free Soil Party, the Know Nothing or the American Party, the Constitutional Union Party, and the Republican Party. The one that you should be most aware of is the Republican Party because that's the one that becomes a major political party that continues to exist today. So in 1856, we see that there are three major political parties, the Democratic, the Republican, and the American. Now, the other parties did exist as well. They just didn't have a major national candidate for president. So, what is the significance of the second party system? It demonstrated an increased interest and participation in government, especially by the common man. And the end of the second party system is going to be replaced by the third party system. And this is going to last till about 1900, where we see several minor, more sectional parties emerging. And the one you should be most aware of is the Republican Party. And the main cause for this change is going to be the issue of slavery. I hope this video was helpful for you, and if so, please like and subscribe.